Ramadan Kareem. Welcome to our very first Instagram live session here hosted by Tanvision. Before we begin, I would like to introduce myself. I am Tanvi and I'll be hosting this conversation today. And at Tanvision, we create engaging, stimulating gatherings, workshops, wherein we invite international speakers, global speakers, human behavior specialists, social psychology specialists, scientists to lead topics that not only create personal growth, but also improves your mental health. Tanvision is also a proud extension of Elxir Center of Training, Consultation and Development here in Bahrain. As many of you might know that today is World Health Day, and it is a global awareness day that is held to mark the founding of World Health Organization, which is celebrated annually, and each year they draw attention to specific health topics of concern to people all over the world. And interestingly, this year's topic is Our Planet, Our Health. And I couldn't have asked for a better day to start with this journey with, as well as a better co-host or person I could interview for this particular day than Dr. Nada Al-Hasawi. I've gotten to know Dr. Nada past few years, and every time I meet her, the more I meet her, the more she fascinates me. And we've gotten to have a lot of interesting conversations throughout our time together, and I'm sure today would be no less. So before I let Dr. Nada, I'll let her join in, I would like to introduce what she has accomplished in her life. Dr. Nada is an instructor in biochemistry and biotechnology. She's a scientist and global speaker in body healing mechanism. She is an assistant professor in the Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry in Kuwait University. And if that was not enough, she is also the CEO of Elxir of Life Global Consultation Center. So without further ado, let me add Dr. Nada. Dr. Nada, hi.
Hello, how are you, Mrs.
Hi, can you hear me properly?
Yes, clear.
Oh, perfect. Thank you very much for starting this journey with me today.
Yeah, thank you very much for the nice invitation, and thank you for the inspiring introduction.
I'm learning from the best, you see.
Yeah.
Actually, as you know, I don't want to go more into our normal conversation. Let's dive straight into our conversation of topic today, which is the secrets to sustainable health. My first question would be to you, what exactly is sustainable health and how do we define it?
Yeah, thank you very much for this important question. Actually, now in this, occasion of the World Health Day, it's a very great opportunity to deeply understand the secrets of health. And actually, how the sustainable health is defined, in the most common definition which I found online, it is a personal commitment to maintaining and taking responsibility for your own health. That is through preventative, which is a proactive means. Before getting the disease, before reacting, you need to be proactive by maintaining this health, your health. And this is actually true. I believe in this. However, there is a secret which we really need to understand in order to activate the health. Even though this, it's there, but everybody, and even mostly the people who really interested in health and doctors need to really understand what's the real secret of this personal commitment that we need to understand and apply in order to maintain the health.
Agree. So as you said, that there are certain principles that are you can apply to get this healthy lifestyle. Can you go a little bit more deeper into what are these principles?
Yes, common principles meant by the healthy lifestyle, like getting, you know, the healthy food, and take care of what you take into your body, you know, regular exercising, sleep well, you know, meditation, all these kind, you know, of, I can call them, they are really important, but still I can call them the matter kind of, you know, principles. And also there is, I keep seeing on the websites and online, it's very important to maintain a balanced life and balanced mind. And there is order, there is order that I always see, which is mind, body, and soul. And now it's very important to understand this order, because that order of body, mind, and soul, we need to really understand in order to activate our health, because this is the main thing, this is the most important thing. And maybe we can just get into details throughout our interview today. And before that, I need to highlight that order. It's supposed to be soul, mind will be reflected on body. And this is the new, Mrs. Tenvi. We need to focus first to discover the soul, what is soul, to understand soul. And after that, to know how to manage the mind. And then this will be definitely reflected on body, which will be, you know, in a state of the sustainable health, free from chronic diseases, and a continual rejuvenation and youth. So this is what we talk about in the Elixir of Life message.
Okay. So you just said about, you know, chronic diseases. I mean, maybe some people are doing exercises, they are doing meditation, they are following certain principles to create a healthy lifestyle, but they are still getting sick, or they, in worst cases, they are subjected to, you know, death, sudden death. What is the reasoning behind this?
Yes, many people, Mrs. Tenvi, they follow, and they really follow the balanced food, balanced meals. They take vegetables, fruits, and consuming the white meat, and also fish and nuts and everything, and even drinking water, regular exercise, maybe 3 times a week or maybe daily basis, and also, you know, meditation, all these kind of things, but still they are getting the chronic disease. Or maybe suddenly we will hear somebody of the same will just, you know, exposed to sudden death. This is the truth, because the secret of sustainable health is deeper than following all these principles. It's about the soul again. We need to understand that soul has our purpose in life, and this is completely new. This is in itself is revolution in understanding the health. And I think this is for the next generation, and you know, it should be understood throughout the human development now. So it's meant to be now, if we activate the soul, and that is the secret, we will activate our highest value. We activate actually our purpose in life. And this will balance our, you know, ourselves. This is the inner, because it will balance our inner energy. And then we need to understand mind, and when we manage the mind as to be focused on the soul and our purpose in life, this is number 1. And after that, this will be reflected on the body. What happened in case of these people, they have, you know, destruction kind of self-talk and pain inside, and also suffer, because even though they take this healthy food and they just exercise, we don't know what's going on. Inside them there is pain, there is a conflict between heart and mind, and then mind and brain. Always the mind in the middle.
Yes.
You know, because mind will give orders to the brain.
Yes.
What to do, and brain will give orders to the body. So it's like starting from the heart. If the mind focus on the heart, and heart where the soul sits there, it's like it lives there, because that's the soul which entered our heart when we were embryos in our mother's womb. So it means that this is like carrying our message in life. And that's why when we are children, we used to play and try, you know, different kinds of activities. We get bored until We are really happy with certain kind of, you know, activity or game which really related to our souls, and that is our hearts.
True, true, absolutely. I mean, this is what you're talking about is the VMG, am I correct? I mean, we are
Yes.
talking about your value, your core value, how you create your purpose in life, how you focus in life. So you say that if you have a healthy mind, you can get a healthy body. Why do you
Yes.
think that is? Why is that?
Because that will balance your mind, will make it focus. Most people, they are distraction, they have distractions in their life, they don't know what to do, and they have the pain which from the environment, not because of the environment, because they don't have the balance inside themselves. This is the inner, you know, when it's balance between minus and positive, and most people, they say they want to be positive because they are
True.
living in negative emotions.
True,
That's
true,
why.
true, true. I
And
mean, there is no positive without negative, right?
yeah, of
Yeah.
course. They should, the balance is always there. Even the atom, there is electrons which are negative and positive, the protons. So if the balance is inside, like the mindset really focus on your highest value, what you were created for here on earth to do, and you know, to leave the immortal effect, you know, and then you have the goal out of this. So the goal in your life, most people, they don't know, oh, they have many goals, they are distracted between the many goals. The main thing is to have the ultimate goal is based on your highest value. That's why many people, they write the goals and they say next year, like every year, they say, oh, we didn't achieve the goals, because you have stress in these goals. Maybe these goals are somebody else's goals. So you need to really have and establish your goal and write it down. And that should be actually derived from your highest value. And then you will establish the negative and positive inside, from inside, because negative is meant by the challenge, which is really acceptable, because in your highest value, you never run away from this. Never ever you run away from your highest, the challenges of your highest values. And also there will be the fulfillment in your achievements out of the highest values. So you will feel the happiness. Those people that have this chronic stress, they are not happy, because your body never lies, never lies, never lies. Your body will tell the truth and will express your pain and your suffer, okay, by showing or by the appearance of these diseases. So actually, that's why. And then you have to understand, this is number one, the highest value, negative and positive, being balanced in what you really do, and you are inspiring you. And people crave in the world talking about the motivation, you know, and, you know, maybe little of, you know, not many people talk about the inspiration, which is inside. Motivation is from outside, and inspiration from inside. And the inspiration always will drive your real movement on earth, because not every movement is a real movement. Sometimes you move, you run away from pain, and you want to soothe the pain. You want to use something that will act as a painkiller. That's why many people, they are living in addiction. And that is the survival state where people, they just, you know, in a circle, live in a circle between pain and addiction. This is not life, this is surviving. And what we talk about, as you mentioned, Mrs. Denvi, the VMG is mainly the scientific methodology that really talk about how to activate your life. So that's why when we talk about health, we talk about the highest value. This is the healthy way. This is the only health that will be reflected in your body, your mind on your body by health. That's the thing.
You're right. I understand that. So that is why healthy mind is equal to healthy body, right? If this is happy, this is healthy, this is healthy. So,
Yes. So,
so
yeah.
yeah. So another thing I'd like to ask is like how we can have a healthy body that is free of these chronic diseases. How we can achieve that? I mean, I understand that we're talking about BMG, but is there a scientific thing that we can practice or add into our own lives so that our body is free from chronic diseases?
Yes, thank you for the scientific inspiration. Now, I would like to express why this is scientifically true. Now, what's happened exactly? If people, they are away from their highest value and live in the stress and negative emotions, that actually ruminating, inside themselves by having this, painful self-talk and all this, they are living in a stressful state. That's the thing, the stress. So what's the meaning of stress? When we talk about stress, it's based actually on the conflict between heart and let's say heart and mind and brain, or heart and brain. What happened that for the meaning of stress, or let's say the healthy stress, when we were, for example, walking the street and suddenly we see a lion, or maybe driving a car and suddenly there is another car that is, driving opposite to us, like it's going to hit us. This is what we call it, the acute stress. This is acute, this is sudden stress.
Sudden, okay.
Sudden stress. So what happened that we will react. This is a healthy reaction and we need to react. That reaction is called fight or flight. It's well known, fight or flight. Because what happened exactly? In the brain, there is a part called the hypothalamus. That is actually when your eyes see that, the life-threatening stimulus, it will send the signals. And of course, what the hypothalamus doing is based on your subconscious. Your subconscious already know from you were young that the lion eats human. It's already there. And if that car come in front of you, it could hit you and you will vanish. So you want to protect yourself. This is the protection state. And it's just normal and healthy. Now the hypothalamus will send signals to the adrenal glands. We have two adrenal glands which sits above our kidneys. Okay? So these adrenal glands will secrete 3 stress hormones. So the thing is about now stress hormones. Adrenaline and noradrenaline and cortisol, or epinephrine and norepinephrine and cortisol. These are the other 2 names for the same hormones. So what happened, we can remember when we just in the fear situation or anger, the heart palpitation will increase. So increase in heart rate, increase in the breathing rate, and of course, this is very important, the constriction of the blood vessels from the inner, the viscera is inside, all these organs that meant they were created for our growth. The digestive system, stomach, small intestine, spleen, liver, heart, all these organs. So the constriction of the blood vessel means that the blood, which is very important for nourishing our organs with the nutrients and oxygen, is now pumping toward the limbs. The limbs are the arms and legs. They were created for protection. And this is normal when we see lion because we want to run away, or maybe we want to press the brake in case of the car. So this is normal. So because we need the energy now in these limbs. And also what they do, these stress hormones, now we need also the energy for the muscles now, for these limbs. So what will happen, there will be signal for the sugar stored in the liver to free that sugar. So the level of the sugar in the blood will increase. Why? Because these muscles need the sugar as a source of energy now. And also there is a decrease in the immune system. I mean the white blood cells, which are meant for the integral, they are the main for the immune system. So they will be decreased in their activity. So even if we have corona, so this immunity will decrease because now it's a matter of protecting our entity, not the virus. This is our existence now as a whole. So it's very important. So all this happened in minutes in order to protect. So we'll have the action now, fight or flight, after which the threatening stimulus is, disappear. and vanish, like just we run away from the lion is not there, or even if we avoid the accident now, and we will say, oh, thank God, now we are okay. Even you will feel the sweat is there, because it's like a sudden, يعني reaction for the body. And that is very healthy. Our bodies were created, okay, to deal with this kind of acute stress and sudden stress. And when these hormones increase, they are there. If we just wake up in the morning, the adrenaline is increased a little bit for us to work, and this is normal. But you know, when we have this kind of acute stress, it will increase more. But for our body to act and to protect, okay, for protection of the body, and then it would decrease back to normal as nothing happened. That is normal. So what happened in case of those people getting, you know, this, the chronic stress or even sudden death? It's a chronic stress. Chronic diseases means chronic stress. It's different. There is even no action, no fight or flight. It's just increasing the levels of these hormones in the body. When with the body, in this case, what will happen? Now, the body was not created to deal with the chronic stress, with the chronic increase in these hormones. Even there is no direct action. So it's just increasing, and you will feel even the strain of that, and we are sleepy. Many people, they are like people not doing the highest values, they sleep at work because of this, by the way. This is the truth. This is scientific.
They would agree on it.
So they sleep because they feel because they feel the stress. This is true.
Yeah.
They are not happy. They are not inspired. That's why. So they feel the stress inside. So exactly these stress hormones are secreted when you, number one, you don't do you are away from a highest value, and the mind is distracted with, you know, could be many activities, how to achieve, how to be recognized, and even all the stress environments, the pain from the environments, because you can see the events or what is happening is like problems, and maybe somebody else who's balanced and have this inner balance will see them no problems, just okay, he can deal with them. So this is the secret here. Now these stress hormones, when they are chronic, they are dangerous. They are dangerous. And they will do the same effect as the acute stress, of course, but there is no action at all. It just, you know, painful ideas, painful thoughts, conflict. They feel that, you know, they live this conflict, and that is the main cause of all chronic diseases, even the genetic diseases. Because, you know, these stress hormones, even if the gene is there, because people, Ms. Tenvi, now they are talking about the epigenetic is different. You know, maybe somebody has this gene which is related to cancer, for example, related to cancer. Maybe it's activated, maybe it's not activated. It's there, but not necessarily he will get cancer. It's a matter of being happy or being living in survival state. That's the secret here. So if he's happy, there will be suppression or no expression. We call this expression of the genes, or the gene could be expressed if he's living in stress. And that is the chronic stress here. That is the pain, the secret of pain and suffer for people who is living away from their highest value and not understanding the mind and how to balance the mind.
So just let me understand it correctly. So it is like when we are facing sudden stress, as you said, our stress hormones elevate, and then once we have passed that thing, it comes down to our regular levels.
Yes.
But once we are having chronic stress, that means those levels, they don't come down.
They come down gradually, but if you have the same situation on daily basis, like every 2 or 3 days, you are just thinking and feel the stress and all these negative emotions, okay, the levels of the hormones will increase, but there will be no action, and they will, it's different. The body can't deal with this, so they will not go back to their normal levels as in the case of acute, the same rate as in the acute stress. Yes.
Got it, got it. Can I deviate a little bit from the topic you said about epigenetic? Can
Yes.
you please tell me a little bit more about what exactly is epigenetic, because I didn't understand that.
Yes, highly appreciate your, scientific inspiration. Epigenetic is meant by the higher level of the genetic. The gene is there. We mean by gene is like, if you know about the DNA.
Yes.
If we imagine DNA as a thread, and that thread is divided into different genes, and every gene is responsible for expression of particular protein in the body. So it's like the gene is translated to a protein, and could be multiple proteins. Okay, so the epigenetic means that when the actual situation, now we know that the DNA sit as a chromosomes in our cells, as the chromosomes, and we know the shape of the chromosomes. However, the thread is not the thread is there. The thread is like a circle around number of balls, let's say. Okay, so that is proteins. We call these proteins histones. They called histones. So this is a level of regulating the expression of proteins of the DNA or the genes. Okay, this is what mechanism that will regulate the expression of the genes. So it doesn't matter if the gene is there. Now I'm talking maybe more about the genes that related to diseases.
Yes.
But being there is not necessary that it will be expressed.
Okay. So
okay?
there might be a time that somebody has a cancer genes, but it is not activated, even though
not
it is
activated,
there.
even though it is there. So that's what people now talk about, the scientists, but mostly what they focus on is the environmental factors. Environmental factors, it's not meant by what we talk about actually, the mind and the stress and the balance. No, they talk about food. They talk about other factors which still are matter. But actually, maybe, because this is a revolution again, now the happiness itself will avoid the secretion of the chronic secretion of the stress hormones. And that is the key of not expressing these genes.
Yes, to be happy.
To be happy. Now, why I'm mentioning this level of epigenetic, why I'm expressing this, because there is a certain mechanism which will be there for the tightness of that gene to that protein or not. If it's not tight, and this is more molecular, more than the cellular level, but the higher level of this, if this hormone generally is there, this will activate the expression of that gene which is related to cancer. And if there is a happy, we call this, so if it's there, it will depress or suppress or deactivate the expression of that gene. Hope it's clear now.
Yes, it is. It is.
Thank you.
So if somebody has these chronic diseases, for example, can these be relevant to healing the body if you already have existing chronic diseases? Can BMG or what we are doing about happiness, can it actually help us get rid of our chronic diseases? Can it happen?
Thank you very much for this question, which is really, really important. This is very, I think it should be taken seriously into consideration because, there is a huge difference between treatment and healing.
Okay.
And people, they don't know. Even if I see healing, they're still talking about medicines. They still talk about, herbs and, all this stuff. I appreciate all this. By the way, I'm in Faculty of Pharmacy. I'm working on discovering a treatment for neuroblastoma, and this is the commonly cancer in children. And this is a huge message which I'm really working on. And I really love what you do, with respect to this treatment together with healing. What's going on? Why these children have this kind of, neuroblastoma? And this is maybe another topic which is related to the nurture. And nurture is very important. I think this is the core of VMG, the core of VMG. So yes, for those people who are suffered from chronic stress, there is, VMG is essential for their healing, not a treatment. Treatment is meant by medicines, meant by the body. The body, medicines, herbs, do what you want to do. Maybe meditation. It's up to you how you want to deal with this treatment. But number one is your highest value. So the healing to me now, as scientist in this field, which I really love, is the reverse of the mechanism or the process of that disease. So it's the opposite. It's like the reverse now. The reverse now, the sympathetic nervous system is meant for fight or flight, which I already explained.
Yes.
Fight or flight is meant by sympathetic nervous system. And sympathetic, when we say nervous system, we mean nerves that actually, originated from the spinal cord to different organs. So that's why, for example, there's increase in heart rate because of the sympathetic nervous system. Or the secretion even of the hormones into the different, through blood to these different organs. So here we have sympathetic, which will activate, it was like hyper activation of the action of this, for example, the heart, and also for the breathing. So here we have the fight or flight. Now there is another system, nervous system, which is known as parasympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system is meant by rest and digest.
Okay.
Rest and digest. So it's like the opposite, to relax. Okay. To relax and to tune the action. They should work. They always work together, by the way. In normal situation, healthy person, they work together. It's like the parasympathetics, like the brake for the sympathetic. So for example, the heartbeat, heart rate will be at, the healthy, healthy beats should be there. But in my round research, I think when the person practices highest value and he's in the balanced state, the parasympathetic should be relatively higher than the sympathetic because he's relaxed. It's never balanced because this will be zero. It should be relatively higher, parasympathetic. So he will be in relaxed state. So that's what happened when people, without focusing on healing, they're supposed to focus on highest value. They focus on highest value, practicing highest value, balancing the mind. This is maybe another topic talking about mind, from the past and what happened and all these, events that most people live in. Like they are living now the present, you see the body, but the whole body in the past, the mind in the past, and they keep ruminating all these negative thoughts without seeing the positive for the, as opposed to the negative. And this is important. This is art now, how to deal with it. I think the next generation needs to understand this. This should be applicable.
I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. Yes, continue.
Yes. So for the parasympathetic, when they just practice the highest value and they balance the mind, what will happen actually? They are in inspiration state. The parasympathetic, now sympathetic, of course, the action, there will be no fight or flight. Every time they will remember any just, negative thought, previous thought, what happened, this event and this, they will just, it's like a training, it's like skills. We keep talking about this as a VMG talk team, Mr. Ahmed Fadl and Dr. Muhammad Muadhin. We keep talking about this is important. So they need to just, establish new neural pathways of how to deal with the mind, how to manage the mind, how to remind the mind that this is because of this what happened, this is the benefit, and this is because of the value. And it's like you know, this the key of forgiveness also. No, people keep talking about forgiveness, Mrs. Tanvi. They don't know the secret. They should be secret of everything. They should be scientific understanding of what's going on. Now, the forgiveness and the love, the unconditional love, the gratitude, the peace, all this, what we talk about in VMG. Once you know who you are, you recognize yourself, you feel the balance, you will have this unconditional love. So when this person lives this state, now the sympathetic is not, it's no fight or flight. There will be gradual activation, an increase, of course, of the parasympathetic, because there is a balance, and the parasympathetic is responsible for restoring the body. So like restoring the balance of the inner balance of the body, repairing the cells, repairing DNA, sleeping well, you know, this will come automatically, even sleeping well. People keep talking about sleep. We can't just depend on drinks and, you know, relaxation
Sleeping
every time. It's
pills
like
and
taking pills and things. We can't do this all the time. This is like soothing the pain to go sleep, and still people suffer from anxiety. They don't sleep because of an increased level of cortisol. And there is inverse relationship between cortisol and melatonin, by the way. Melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. So, so also the parasympathetic is responsible for making up, you know, the white blood cells, the immunity. So that is the secret. And it will come automatically. The body will go back and it will be healed by itself.
So that is the major difference between healing and treating the body, right?
Yes.
Yes, agreed. So, can you describe some effective, proactive, healthy lifestyle? What it is? How do we do it?
Yeah, thank you very much. Now, first of all, we need to discover the highest value. I always, even my students, I always tell, even if I come to me complaining about any issue, anything, I just, oh, this is going, you know, there and here, it's just distraction of the mind with different, you know, many problems. What's your highest value? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve in your life?
You know
What's
what?
your
Sorry
purpose
to
in
cut
life?
you, but this is the most important thing. Many of us, we don't know. And we don't understand what our value is. I mean, I would not say that I've achieved what I wanted to achieve as well. I'm struggling every day to understand what exactly my highest value is. But I can understand, what I know is, like, if you do have your highest value, things around you do get a little bit simpler. This is what I understand from it. You know,
Yes.
when things, you start loving yourself, you start loving everything around you. And I think that gives you peace a little bit as well, isn't it?
Yes, thank you very much. This is this is the key. When you feel the peace and you feel inspiration and things like easy around you, no problems, and everything's like understood, and you feel also, you know, the highest value itself. We call it, also Dr. Muhammad Muadna always say, this is a hobby of the hobbies. It's the ultimate. It's the, you know, it's like, you know, you feel the heaven.
Yes.
And, you know, many people, they would say, oh, I love this and this, and many activities are there. But, you know, the value, when you can, you know, you carry on, even if there is many challenges, that is a value. You never leave it. You never leave the highest value. Once you discover it, and you just take, you know, the challenges are acceptable. And also you will feel the fulfillment. What's your highest value? What do you want to do? What do you want to achieve in your life?
You know
What's
what?
your
Sorry
purpose
to
in
cut
life?
you, but this is the most important thing. Many of us, we don't know. And we don't understand what our value is. I mean, I would not say that I've achieved what I wanted to achieve as well. I'm struggling every day to understand what exactly my highest value is. But I can understand, what I know is, like, if you do have your highest value, things around you do get a little bit simpler. This is what I understand from it. When
Yes.
things, you start loving yourself, you start loving everything around you. And I think that gives you peace a little bit as well, isn't it?
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes.
This is the key. When you feel the peace and you feel inspiration and things like easy around you, no problems, and everything's like understood, and you feel also, the highest value itself. We call it, also Dr. Muhammad Muadna always say, this is a hobby of the hobbies. It's the ultimate. It's the,
Yes.
it's like, you feel the heaven.
Yes.
And many people, they would say, oh, I love this and this, and many activities are there, but the value, when you can, you carry on even if there is many challenges, that is a value. You never leave it. You never leave the highest value. Once you discover it, and you just take, the challenges are acceptable. And also you will feel the fulfillment inside, that it's like you are I can say, in how can I say it, it's like you deserve being alive. That's the feeling, because when you do the achievement, wow, you will say, okay, I deserve this, I deserve this. I feel the real fulfillment. You feel the happiness, and you feel you don't want to leave it, and you want to carry on. So that is the value. Okay, we love many things, we love many activities, because we raise in this way. We see many things since we were young, so we want to try this and this and this. And even though sometimes we go back to this program, but we need to always see that our highest value as a priority. You want to say to yourself, is this, does it I have precious time, do I need to spend time in this? And you have precious energy, you need to spend your energy in your personal growth. And this personal growth, it will be reflecting your the growth of your body. Yeah, this is the way how it is. Now about mind, maybe I'll give little bit, since we talk about all these principles about the active healthy lifestyle. The mind itself is how I can define it. Usually I say is a collective bowl of thoughts. It's a collection of thoughts. People, they think that this is the mind thinks. It doesn't think. It's just collection of thoughts. You carry these thoughts with you since you were young, and the 7 years are very critical in establishing this mind. And maybe till you are 12 years old, you keep accumulate all these thoughts, and from thoughts there is also emotions and behaviors and all this, all the details, which will actually, I call this is the personality comes here to me. And after that, you will have different experiences in life, and you will judge yourself based on all this data information. So we live in judgment. We judge ourselves, we judge people. And the only way, when you are set yourself free as a free soul, you will shift from being judgment. You judge, judgment, to observer. And there will be no right or wrong after that. Only the health. I mean health, healthy mind. That's what I mean. Only the health. When you are talking about yourself, you will have this healthy mind is reflected on your body. So number one, again, is the soul. Maybe I will repeat for people who just attended. And thank you very much. The soul, mind, and body. When the mind is focused on what the hearts want, this will be reflected on the body beings in sustainable health and rejuvenation. People talk about rejuvenation, talk about youth, and the secret is in both of these. Number one, the highest value, and the mind.
Great. Absolutely. I was reading, when I was a little bit going through today's topic and trying to understand what it is, and even went through, wishes for Health Day. one of the things that they were saying was health is your greatest treasure. So this was popping out everywhere on Google. You know, whenever I was searching about World Health Day, they said health is your greatest treasure. But once you say about health, we tend to think that, oh, we need to exercise, we need to eat right, we need to, probably do Pilates, go to do yoga, and go to the spa, probably. So as what we are talking about is probably creating a health in your mind. But everywhere else, when you want to study about health or when you want to research about health, it's mainly your physical health that comes in. They don't
Yes.
really talk about your mental health, and which is of great importance right now. I mean, I would say that post pandemic, everybody is going through some sort of hardship, be it your physical health is compromised, your financial stress, you have financial stress or commitments is compromised. I was one of the people who at least lost their jobs during the pandemic. So there are situations that everybody is facing in their own way. But when you research about sustainable health, or when you research about health, go to yoga, go to the spa, get a day off, maybe take 4 days off a week. The week should be 4 days working, 3 days off. But what are you actually doing in those 3 days? Are you
Yes.
actually really going to do what your highest value is, or you are just going to go and enjoy or go to the restaurant, have a good meal, something like that? That is, I would say, that is temporary. Am I right? That's temporary things that you get, then temporary happiness. But what we discovered today is basically, if you have your highest value, if you know your highest value, you're happy inside, and that short-term happiness is no longer required, because you're always happy. Am I correct?
Thank you very much for the inspiration. Yes, true. Actually, what happened, that highest value is the first, okay? And all what you mentioned, Mrs. Tenvi, is true. We will eat healthy food because we'll appreciate our souls. We'll appreciate our body who's doing this, what we were created for, what the soul want, for activating the soul. Also, I would like to raise very important point regarding the exercise.
Yes.
Now, people, they think because the program said it's like a program. To me, this is like common principles, like a program. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, eat well and go do exercise. And then maybe people, they just do the exercise every day and they get stressed if it's not the highest value again. It's
Yes.
like doing activity, not the highest value. And
Yes.
they think they are releasing the stress. Go to gym to release the stress, but not for people who are not, this not their active highest value. It could be stressful for them. This is stress in itself, chronic stress. And this chronic stress will make them like they will be tired after that. That's why they want to sleep. It's not relieving stress because they got the stress from practicing, from exercising. Now, the way how we would shift it, if we understand our highest value, and automatically we will eat well, we will have our balance. We will have our balance in food. Like balancing, even if we want to eat sweets, will be much less. It will be completely different, because this is the balance of the body, balance of the sensation, balance of the pleasure, out of the activating the soul, activating our consciousness. Okay, so it will be different. So when I now like exercises, no harm is good, but I understand from my own fitness. There will be limited time to exercise, like 30 minutes, 3 times a week is enough. It's going to be enough for understanding why I'm doing this now, because this is good for my body, so I'm rewarding my body. It's different than I just go to the gym because I have to go to the gym. So I think we need, even though they mentioned the thing about the sustainable or the balanced life, and the balance between soul and mind, the body, but there is no understanding of this. How to balance our life? That's the question. We can't be everywhere. Some people say you need to be good in your job, and why to take day off from your job? Do you want to run away from your job? Is it stressful? Also, it's kind of addiction when you go out every time, and you know, we talk about addiction, and there is different sorts of addiction. Also, if you even in the diet, this is the can be, and it's like it's making all this the order again. Now, people, they get craving on sugar, and even dietitians tell them not to eat sugar, and all this comfort food, we call it comfort food. But this is stress in itself.
Yes.
You can't tell somebody who is addicted to white sugar and sweets, don't eat sugar. This is painful. This is stress again, because he stops eat sugar, he will eat again, will be more. Right?
Yes.
So, so the only thing is to activate the value which will balance, you know, the stress itself. So there will be no stress, no need for the white sugar. So this is the secret here.
Yes. I mean, some years ago, I decided to quit white sugar. I don't take white sugar. And fairly recently, I was in India, and one of my friends had asked me a question. Oh, you know, she was making tea, and I said, don't add sugar because I don't take sugar. She's like, so why do you want to lose weight? So I said, no, it's nothing to do with weight. The sugar I left, it's not even because that my family, I am prone, you know, as you said, that there is in my genes, maybe there is some hormone or some gene for diabetes, because my father is diabetic, my grandparents were, so there is something. So I don't know why, but I just one fine day decided I will quit. So it's nothing to do with me being scared of the white sugar or losing weight. It's just I feel I don't want, and it's not made any changes in my body, I would say, but it makes me you know, make choices. It is like I feel that for me added sugar is not beneficial, and when I went back and researched about it, yes, it is not beneficial. I mean, you can have sugar within which are natural sugars, and
Yes.
you can create like even sugars which are cooked sugars within your meal, you know. But if you are adding sugar in your tea, or you're having sugar, you know, just like donuts sprinkled on it, it does add negativity to your body, you know. So I felt like, okay, fine, I gave it up just because I wanted to, but yes, it has its benefits, you know. This is one of the things why I did it, but the reasoning behind it was not because I want to protect myself, or not because I wanted to be healthy. It was just because I felt it's the right thing to do in that
Yeah,
sense,
thank
you
you
know?
very much. This is understanding. This is understanding in the mind, just changing, you know, the thoughts, you know, changing the thoughts about the white sugar rather than just, you know, because
Yeah.
many people, they do that. They want to lose weight, and then it's not to them. It's like losing weight rather than changing the lifestyle, or
Agreed.
to understand the you know, because sugar itself as a substance not suitable for consumption, you know. Some people, they have this is all research in this. Yeah.
I mean, keeping sugar aside as well, like when people want to lose weight, let's look into that aspect. When people want to lose weight, they tend to follow a regime. Okay, I will
Yes.
in this regime, I will cut down sugars. For example, I could cut down any carbs. I will not have any carbohydrates. I will not do this. I will not do this. I will exercise 7 days or 8 days also, you know, so continuously for 4 hours. And I will reach a goal of 30 kilos less, you know. But what if when you reach that goal, and you have made your body to go through that kind of stress, and I've noticed it with myself as well. I mean, when you go down to that level, suddenly, I'm done, I've achieved my goal, yalla, let's hog. And when you hog, you
Yes.
become double the weight that you were.
Yes, you'll go back.
Back
Yes.
to what you were. So it is something that, as you said, that once you understand, and when you make those healthy choices, you make those choices for a healthy lifestyle, it will continue
Yes.
with you no matter what. It will not be like a short-term gain. It will be a
Yes. Agree.
longer lifetime choices that you have created for yourself.
Yes, true. This will
Yeah.
be healthy lifestyle, which is also will happen spontaneously when you appreciate your soul, doing your highest value, of course, and balancing the mind. So this is really important and very deep. This is very deep, should be
Yes,
understood
it
worldwide.
is.
Uh,
And
Mostly
yes,
the people talk about mind over matter, and that is
yes,
mind over matter. That is mind over matter. When they connect mind over matter with this, common lifestyle and the principles of the sustainable health, they will understand that the mind now is based on a healthy mind, based on activating what is in the heart as passion or what you love
yes.
to read to do, and this will activate your unconditional love, and this certainly it will be reflected in your half lifestyle and in your body.
Agreed. Thank you. I guess we've covered quite a bit of it. If you'd like to add a little bit more, otherwise, I'd like to read some of the comments that have been coming through. Really good engagement. Would you like to say something, or should I go ahead and read really nice, interesting comments that we've received?
Yeah, maybe I will add little bit about the meditation, because we
Yes,
mentioned
please.
meditation, one of the important lifestyles always mentioned.
Yes.
Everybody meditate in his highest value, because
Yes.
people think that meditation, there should be candle like the one behind me, and
Yes.
nice music, nice
Yes.
smell, and so on. But some people, they feel the stress in this, and some people, they get addicted to this also, because they don't know
Yes.
their highest values. Now, doctors, they meditate when they just practice medicine with their patients. Artists also meditate.
Yes.
Everybody meditate in his highest value, and this is the real meditation that the principles of sustainable health talks about. That's all.
True.
That is the addition, which is now more inspiration, the
No,
spiritual
true,
thing.
absolutely correct. So let me go through some very amazing comments that I've been receiving. Thank you very much, all of you, to be engaging with us. Yeah, with the highest value, you will live in the paradise. Agree? Absolutely. Do what
Very
you
nice.
love and get paid for it. Absolutely. Thank
Yes.
you, Mr. Ahmad. Thank you for sharing all these things. Actually, we are opening some time for some questions. Feel free to ask questions. We've allocated some time. So if you have any questions, please type in. Go ahead. So we'll be here to answer those for you. Most people don't think. Most people are on autopilot. What do you think about this, Dr. Nada? Very interesting comment by Ms. Ahmed. What do you think about it?
Yes, autopilot, because those people, they imitate each other, because that
Yeah.
is the subconscious mind that see this image, because they don't know their identity. So
Yes.
that is true. So 95% of people, they just live in this way. And we always say, yani, don't be a follower, you are a leader in your highest value. And this is very important. You won't be a
Yes.
leader until you know your highest and understand and apply your highest value.
Absolutely. So